Welcome to another episode of Business Redefined. This is your weekly, most comprehensive look at the world of business, finance, and economics. We want to have a conversation about a properly diversified business, starting from trading all the way to real estate. That is Macaash, as many of you would call it, but I'm told the right pronunciation is Maash. And we're privileged to have Abdi Nasir Sheikh Mohammed, the man in charge, MD. Karibu sana.
Sante.
Thank you for having us this afternoon. So let's start from here. For those of us who might not be familiar with the business, just give us a very brief intro about what you are and what you do.
Thank you a lot, Julius. I really appreciate. Macaash Investment, or Macaash in a Somali pronunciation, is a multidisciplinary company, and we deal with a very diversified business. We started as a trading company, then we went to the real estate world, and Macaash is coming as a redefining the urban living, and we went also to the hospitality sector and healthcare. In our hospitality, as you know, we have Upon Point that I wanted to mention it, restaurants. So we wanted to have a chain of restaurants. We have one in town, one in Parklands, one in Bumwani. In hotels, we have Upon Point Hotel in 100 rooms. We have also Sun and Sun in Mombasa, Kikambala, whereby can accommodate more than 500 guests every time. At the same Sun and Sun, we have a furnished apartment, almost 14 floors, whereby you can even go and buy an apartment of it, and then we rent for you from there. So those are the main businesses we do. Our core business is real estate, where we are just redefining that sector. As you know, there is a big gap of delivering the necessary units required in Kenya. So Macaash came in as a filling that gap of high level, high premium, high quality apartments, high appreciation or a high return.
Yes.
Our slogan is more in return.
Okay.
And at the same time, we create wealth for those who want, whether you're a house owner or investor, or maybe in diaspora, and that you want to have secure your future. We create a very good place for them to come here.
Okay.
So mainly, those are what we do in Macaash.
All right. And it sounds to me like you are dealing more with residential, any commercial undertakings, or that's part of the pipeline?
We are in three sectors in real estate. One is a residential. Second is a commercial, which is now maybe the third one is a part of that, where is service apartments. So in commercials, now we are constructing two malls, one in Kilimani and one in Parklands. And service apartments, we have almost 4 ongoing as a fully furnished apartments. And we are also introducing a new concept of rent to own, whereby we have some buildings already completed. We are about to finish the concept that people will pay a certain percentage.
Okay.
Then the remaining they will pay over the years, maybe 5, 10, 6 years, and they will own at the end of the day the apartments. So that's what we do.
Okay. And maybe to give us a perspective in terms of scale of where you play at in real estate, how many units have you developed?
We have delivered over 500 units, whereby 100 and something are duplex apartments, and others are typical apartments with different areas, starting from Parklands, Nairobi West, and Isili. Okay. So those are the apartments that we already delivered and is already rented, or maybe owners are just using it. And on the pipeline is almost 1,400 apartments between service apartments and rental residential apartments.
Okay. I'm curious as to why you would be going the rent-to-own route. It's not very common in this market. We are used to mortgages or buying in cash or incremental financing. Why rent-to-own?
You know, rent-to-own is a concept used for other countries, mostly Arab countries. One of the benefit of that is it's 100% Sharia-compliant concept or product. It is very safe. So that's why we wanted to bring on board that concept of rent-to-own. And at the same time, you know, many people are now looking where to stay from Somalia, from Arab countries, from Europe. And all of them, they can't access, most of them, even their real mortgages. So we are just a good option for them, a place for them so that we can accommodate them. That is concerning about the rent-to-own.
Okay. As we close our conversation here, it's speak to us about the thing you've already touched on, and that is Sharia compliance in real estate, and why it is particularly important for you, and why you think it's a very strong value proposition.
You know, the Muslim community in Kenya is growing. Even Arabs are coming here. And Sudanese, all of them are here. Almost a big number of Sudanese who are just Muslims. Ethiopians, same to that. And other Arab countries. And they are looking at product that align with the Sharia. And there is no big companies working on that sector of Sharia compliant as a product when it comes to real estate. So it is a big gap. We can't do everything of Sharia of those people who need product, Sharia compliance product, but we want to at least, you know, help to fill the gap. Even if we have rent to own of 3,000 today, tomorrow you will get people buying it.
Yeah.
If you have even thousands of, so that is there is a need. There is a need of having Sharia compliant products, not only in real estate, in all sectors, all financial institutions. There is a real gap of Sharia compliance products, which is now missing in our market. So we are coming there, and we want to fill that gap as much as possible.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Alex.
Appreciate it. So in the first leg of this conversation, we had an entry point into Macaash, or Maash as it should rightly be said, in terms of the diversified portfolio from trading to hospitality to real estate, how the business has scaled to this point. We spoke about the halal value proposition, especially in the real estate segment. We now want to speak to Florence Madenge about further details on the business. Florence, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
So let's start from here. What funding options do you present to investors, to home buyers, when they are considering investing with you?
First off, I'd like to say investing in Macaash is investing in more in return. Our fundamental essence as a business is to create more in return. How do we do this? We have different segments of clients. There could be that client who's looking for a first-time home.
Yep.
There are those that are looking for, you know, a holiday home or another home. So we've got something for everyone. First off, our investment portfolio stems from different propositions, from villas to apartment buildings. We also have those apartments that are serviced apartments. So we have the home buyer, we have the investor who's looking for passive income through rental income, and we have that buyer who's looking for a second or third home.
Yeah.
We also have institutions that are looking for investment options that can bring, you know, income on a monthly basis.
Yeah.
So we do have institutional clients as well. For instance, we had a client from Somalia come to Kenya. They actually a chancellor in a university, and they wanted to emulate some of our universities which are commercializing, and they wanted to fund their sponsorship or scholarship fund. Now, we, as a creator of value, we do partner with landowners who want to create value, but they don't want necessarily to go to a bank
Yeah.
and take up a loan. So we help them, we partner with them through a joint venture structure where we develop the land and they come in as a partner, as the landowner of the land.
Okay.
And most of the time we will choose land that is in key strategic areas which have demand, whether it is commercial or residential. For the home buyer, the needs of the home buyer from a functionality and appeal aspect are at the heart of what we do at Macaash. So in terms of the kitchen spaces, the closed kitchen versus the open kitchen, we look at that. All our apartments have DSQs, except those that are meant to be serviced apartments. So we have a range of apartments from 1 all the way to 6 bedrooms. So whether you're looking for a family home, we have duplex apartments. We're actually, in fact, the largest duplex provider. In Kilimani, we have introduced a different type of 3 blocks of apartment buildings where we've considered 1 and 2 bedroom, fully serviced apartments, which is going to be run as a hotel apartment. We have 3 and 4 bedroom residential apartments, and we have 5 bedroom duplex apartment. So we have a variety. Our very competitive edge is based on value for money, a variety of properties. We have properties in Nairobi and outside Nairobi. If you want to buy land and build, we do provide that option for you. If you're a landowner looking for a partner to develop, we have something for you. So we are really that, we're not just a real estate developer. I would say we're an investment channel, providing a diversified portfolio of investment options across the sectors of real estate, hospitality. We've also taken over Sun and Sand Beach Resort, which is a 16.8 acre facility. So we do welcome holiday makers who are looking for, or people within Kilifi County or Kikambala or in Mombasa who want a fully serviced apartment to live in. We have a tower and a resort side. So we definitely have something for everyone.
Many of us who would be watching would be curious to understand, if I see a property which is under Macaash and I'm very keen on it, is it upfront payment, is it staggered payment, or what options are on the table?
So we have different plans. If you're a cash payer looking for a deal, we have something for you. But there's that client who wants to save up for a home in 2 to 3 years. Our construction period stems from all the way from 24 months all the way to 36 months, depending on the size of the project. So we do give flexible payment plans from 2 to 3 years that allow our clients to pay by milestone. So they do a 30% deposit, the rest is paid upon an agreed structure. Could be quarterly, could be biannually, or in lump sum payments within the life cycle or the construction period of the project. So we do have cash payers, and we do have those that want to pay within a certain period of time.
So as well, you do offer off-plan arrangements?
Yes, we do have off-plan arrangements. There are those who come at the very introductory stage where they want a deal, and at the end of the construction period, they've already gained about 20% capital appreciation. And what happens with we call them flip investors. They come, they buy at that very introductory point, and at the end, when the unit is ready, we sell it back to the market of that, and they tell us, which is your next project? Give me my profit. The 22 million, for example, hypothetically, that I had put in, if Lulu is your next project, please put it there. And those, we call them flip investors who spectate, and at the end of the construction period, sell their units. So we do have those particular packages for different investors.
Final question is this. It sounds to me like you target the mid-segment going upwards of the market. I'm curious about the bottom of the market, because there's a lot of opportunity there.
Yes, indeed.
Or would you be saying then that that segment of the market is not on your risk profile?
Okay. I wouldn't say it's risky per se, because the biggest volume of us Kenyans are also looking for something affordable.
Exactly.
And a home, most of the time, you find someone has put their life savings to buying a home. So it's extremely crucial that we have a product for that particular person. We don't just have mid to high segment. We have projects that start from 6.5 million. For instance, we have a beautiful project in Syokimau, namely Sun Park Residence, which is, we have ready units and off-plan units. The ready units are about 360 units already. So a mortgage buyer could just do their 5% or their 20%, and the bank automatically does the payment. That means you can move into your home as soon as, next week. or from mortgage payment. From the cash buyers, we have 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments typologies. So the 2 bedrooms and 3 bedrooms, some have DSQ, some don't, just to give a bit of variety. So we do have something for that person with, less than 10 million. And actually, this project is under the KMRC.
I see.
Yes, and
the
we
Kenya
have
Mortgage Refinance.
yes.
Florence, my final question is this. You have a lot of massive undertaking, huge capex at scale.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, how do you raise capital for all this? Is it debt financing? And I'm asking that because of the Sharia-compliant bit. Is it equity financing?
That's a very good question, and something definitely very important. We are quite transparent in our dealings, especially with our clients. Now, as I mentioned, we work with different investors. First things first, we are Sharia compliant, so we do not go for debt financing.
Okay.
I'll start by, we've invested a lot. Before we got into real estate, we were very big on hospitality. You can look at those undertakings, as I mentioned, Sun and Sand Beach Resort. We currently have acquired a couple of other beach facilities in Mombasa. And here in Nairobi, we own Urban Point chain of restaurants. We have a 100-room hotel, Urban Point Hotel, in Eastleigh, right at the roundabout of Pumwani.
Yeah.
For accommodation, we are quite affordable and in a very strategic area. Other than hospitality, we go for equity financing through other major cash-generating projects that we, through the couple of years since 2013, we have been working on. So we do have income-generating projects that help our equity financing. We have a very experienced sales team and a network of agents who are who do a fantastic job in the pre-sales phase. So we have the pre-sales phase as an addition to our equity investment, as well as those investors who come in as in the beginning of the project with a lump sum amount of money. So we have looked at that, and it's very important for us to deliver to our clients. And we're very keen on creating that value through start to finish of the projects.
Hey folks, we have swapped locations from the office to Sham's residency by Macaash, and we want to speak about the process that you go through when you have identified and want to purchase a unit or make an investment. And we're privileged to have Rita Gakimbai, who heads up the media engagement on the digital platforms. You're welcome.
Thank you, Julius.
So many of us, when you're engaging in such transactions, we're worried about hidden charges, disclosures that were not made up front that tend to hit us midstream, and we're like, how do we even deal with this? How do you ensure transparency in your process?
So the moment we engage our client on the first communication, we love to ensure that the client has all the information accurate. And that stems into transparency, right? So for example, if you're a client coming to Macaash as a, it's the first phone call that we're having. And at Macaash, we have actually a wide range of units available from 1 to 6 bedroom apartments. And we have not only apartments, we also have villas, furnished apartments, we have duplex apartments, we have standard apartments, and then these apartments are in different locations. We have apartments in Kilimani, in Parklands. We have a new project coming up, which are luxury villas. So you see, as a client coming in, sometimes you have an idea of what you want. Perhaps it's a 3-bedroom or it's a 4-bedroom standard unit. And then we tell you we have duplex apartments. So you see, sometimes a client can actually change their mind or change their perspective just from me divulging a bit more information on what we have to offer. The next thing would be for me to divulge project details. So once a client selects a unit such as this, it's a 5-bedroom duplex apartment, we have payment plans. We have different payment plans. We have actually 3 payment plans. We have cash, we have mortgage, and we have a 2-year flexible payment plan. So for cash, it's a direct purchase. It's a 30% deposit, and then in 3 months, you've completed your payment. And then we have a mortgage client who comes in. They want to make an initial deposit of perhaps 10% or 5% or whichever the amount it may be. And then they bring in a financier. Yeah. So that we also accept. And then we also have clients who want to take in a payment plan.
So we have had a conversation about Macaash in the real estate property investment. We started by an understanding of the business itself. We went on to discuss the offering and why Sharia compliance is critical to them. We have gone further to discuss the process and how you get visibility of each point of the transaction to ensure you are fully appraised on all the detail. But now we want to talk about the appeal it has for Kenyans in the diaspora environment, increasingly who are scouting for investment vehicles back here at home. And we're joined by Farida, who heads up that segment. Farida, karibu sana.
Thank you so much, Julian.
Thank you for joining us. Why is it that you are persuaded that if I'm a Kenyan in the diaspora, then I should be looking at the properties which are being developed by Macaash as an ideal investment opportunity for me?
So for many of our diaspora investors, what people usually look at is you're coming back home, you want to create a legacy for yourself, you want to have passive income. Instead of keeping that money in a foreign bank account, a savings, it's better to just come and earn a higher rental income here if you were to doing a buy-to-let. At Macaash, we make it very seamless for you. We offer secure online process. We have a team of people that can help you through those nitty-gritties and those paperworks and the construction updates while you're away.
Okay. Speak to me about the aspect that you've just touched on, which is very important. If I'm looking for rental yield, how certain am I that what you have developed will help me optimize my returns as a Kenyan in the diaspora?
So it's all about location. Most of our projects are in high demand areas such as Parklands, Lavington, Hurlingham. Those areas you get a lot of rental income in return. So that's what attracts most of our diaspora investors to want to invest with us. We also have property management. So if you're not here, you don't have to worry about who's at my home, like who's going to, you don't have to worry about all those things. We're the ones that deal with that for you.
Final leg of our conversation is here. We have discussed, Macaash, from the entire spectrum, from the conceptualization, from the fundraising, how you have walked through the details as an investor or a buyer. Now let's finish with the project cycle, and we are privileged to have Michael Odindo, who's an architect who has worked on these projects. Karibu sana, sir.
Thank you very much, Julian.
Glad to have you here. So how do you ensure you deliver projects on time, on budget? We have had many stories out here where investors come with money, then shortly down the road, it's a different story. How do you ensure about delivery?
Delivery depends on one thing, and it's management. Project construction delivery process is like a well-oiled machinery, and you need to have the right people in the right place at the right time for it to work all together. And the key to that, sort of like the timing chain in your vehicle engine, is the management team that pulls it all together. And what I have noted with Macaash is they work very hard to get the right people in the right places, and with an eye on making sure that every time what needs to be done is done at the time it needs to be done.
Okay.
The net effect of all of this, if you take the process from the beginning to the end, is that everything works seamlessly as a single unit.
All right. And about delivering on specs, quality. As an investor, I put in my money, I want things to look in a certain way. How do you ensure that precision then meets the client need?
If you're looking to achieve quality, it's not something that comes at the end of the product. It's not something that depends on how well it's painted. It doesn't depend on how well the floor is put together. It starts right from the beginning. Does the project sit right on the site from the ideation point? And that is where working with partners who make the difference comes in. We make sure that when it's conceived from the beginning, we are thinking of the right things for the final user of the product. When it comes to the product as it's put together, we help with coordination and oversight throughout the process. And at the end, which is what probably a lot of people think the architect is all about, then we come in and we make sure that the finishes and everything that comes towards the look of the project then is added on in the right manner at the right time to give you the right product.
Michael, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me, Julian.
We have been having a conversation on Macaash, or as I'm told it's rightly pronounced, Macaash, when it comes to a raft of issues, but specifically drilling down to the question of real estate as an investment opportunity, whether you are here in Kenya or you are in the diaspora. What are the things you should look at? What are the kind of the journey that you need to walk through as an investor, and what are some of the things that they give you in terms of Sharia compliance, which is not easily found in this market, especially when it comes to real estate. We shall continue highlighting issues of interest, especially in the real estate market, so stay tuned to Business Redefined.
Every story begins with a place, a home, and the dream of a lasting legacy. We create inspiring spaces, enduring investments, and thriving communities. With over 500 homes completed, Macaash brings you exquisite 1 to 6 bed apartments, duplexes, and villas in Parklands, Cullinan, Lavington, and Syokimau, starting from 6.5 million shillings. Enjoy up to 35% capital appreciation, flexible payment plans with zero interest. Own, invest, or rent with Macaash, where we create more in return.